The Netanyahu government doesn't care about imposing a cruel apartheid regime on the Palestinian population. It dismisses the costs of both sides for defending the settlements while fighting the Palestinian freedom fighter that Israel calls terrorists. In a sense, what is taking place now in the occupied territories and in part of Gaza is a second Nakba. A Palestinian state must be established. And the only way to achieve this, I think, is to apply sanctions against Israel, against the leaders who oppose it, and against the settlers.
The person who is saying this is Amos Schoken. He is the owner of daily Haaretz. This is the third largest and the oldest newspaper inside Israel. And it is regarded well internationally because it never relies on fake news and it shows the real news and what is happening inside Israel and its relation with other countries in the world. So, Amos cannot be pushed aside. He is the leading authority. So, if he says that Hamas is not a terrorist organization, Sinwar is a freedom fighter, not a terrorist, and Israel government promotes genocide, Israel government is apartheid practice organization, and it should be stopped. So he is right in many ways, because if you see what is happening in Gaza, what is happening around Israel, how Israel is engaged in war with other countries, you will realize that he is telling the truth. Because you see in Lebanon, Israel is fighting. In Lebanon, Israel occupied more than 18 years in it, from 1980s to 1990s. And now again it has entered the territory of Lebanon, which is not supposed to be. And it should not fight Lebanon. Actually, from Lebanon, the Hezbollah are fighting, because when Lebanon occupied, Israel occupied Lebanon, it was Hezbollahs who forced Israel to leave Lebanon. So, similarly, in other countries, Israelis are fighting wars, and from its origins in 1948, it has been at war with most other Arab countries, and foremost they are fighting with the Palestinian people, whose land they occupied and have been occupying since 1948. So, if you see how Israel treats Palestinians, you can find it from the facts that, as you know, it was all Palestine before 1948, and in 1948 UN recognized Israel, creation of Israel, where more than 60% of the land of Palestine was given to Israel. And now Israel itself says it is a Jewish state, and the people who still remained inside its territory, the Israeli country, they refer the Palestinians as Arab Israelis. They do not say they are Israelis, they say Arab Israelis. So there is a discrimination. So discrimination against the Palestinians comes in three ways, because of how Palestine and Israel is organized currently. So, in the Gaza Strip, the Israel controls this strip from all sides except from the border with Egypt. So, from the sea it patrols its shores and nothing can move in or move out of Gaza without permission of the army, the Israeli army. Similarly, on the land side, on two sides, uh, the Israeli army patrols and nobody can move in or move out of Gaza Strip without their permission. So that is why Gaza Strip is also called an open air jail, because people there are not free to do what they want to do. They want to go out, they want to travel, they want to get goods. It is not their choice. Everything is controlled by Israel army. So in Gaza, it is not that for last 1 year there is war. The war has been going on since 1948. The area of the Gaza Strip was far bigger, but much of the area was annexed by Israel and occupied. Now they are fighting war. They are saying that Hamas is a terrorist organization. They will eliminate. They will completely wipe out Hamas. But in the name of Hamas, what they are doing? They are killing citizens of Gaza. In last 1 year, more than 44,000 Gaza people got killed in the bombings by Israelis. And even today, they are bombing. In last 2-3 days, more than 100 people got died in North Gaza because of the bombings. So, where are the rights of the people of Gaza? No rights. They have no rights simply. And what Israel wants, they want to clear people from North Gaza, which had a population of more than 400,000 Palestinians, and they will occupy this land. Only for this they are doing that. Similarly, if you go to West Bank, so the West Bank area was quite bigger when Israel was created, and that portion was given to Palestinians. So that area has got reduced because slowly over the years, Israel has occupied lands. They grabbed the lands. They forced the Palestinian people to flee. So here the authority which rules West Bank, they want peace and they use peaceful tools to negotiate with Israel. But still, you can see they are being forced and they are being controlled by Israel. So even there is no peace, and people still struggle to get their rights. And then the third kind of people, Palestinian people, they live inside the Israeli borders. So they were living even before 1948 in those areas, and they are living still today. So how are their rights? So one thing is that some 20% of the population in Israel is these Palestinian people. And when elections come, so Palestinian people also give vote and select their own leaders. So, but in the parliament of Israel, only around 13, 14 uh, Palestinian people get elected out of 120. And then in the services, the government services, only 6% Palestinian people get employed, even though their population is 20%. So you can see there is a clear, you can say, apartheid. They treat Palestinian people differently, and their rights are not recognized by Israel. So, in all, you can see they Israeli want a pure Jewish nation in the entire Palestine area, and they are doing ethnic cleansing. They are killing. They are bombing Palestinians, and thinking never thought about their rights. So that is the problem. That is why they are at fault, and the international bodies and other countries voice concern about what Israel is doing in Palestinian areas and with Palestinian people. So inside Israel now, coming to the politics, people like Amos Schoken, they are very few inside Israel, because Israel is populated by people who came from outside. They migrated during World War II, World War I, and in between and after that. So you can say 70-80% of the population of Israel is from the descendants of the people who migrated from outside. So they thought they are coming to a promised land for Jews, and they realized that they cannot coexist with the Arab people, the Palestinians. So even today, most of the Jews inside Israel, they will believe in Zionist system, where the supremacy of the Jews people should be there. So most of the political parties, their ideology is that of Zionism, is spreading their Zionism, and the moderate kind of politics is not there. Very few parties practice moderate, where they say Palestinians should also have rights, and that is why Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu type of politicians are able to get elected and run the Israel country. So this is a very complex situation, but still from humanitarian perspective, they are wrong, and that is why they have been asked by international bodies like International Court of Justice, United Nations, and other organizations to stop all this genocide, stop all these atrocities, have a ceasefire, and do a peaceful negotiation, which Israel does not want, and that is why the wars are going on. So what can happen next? So this kind of thing cannot last for long, because if you suppress rights of people, you kill them, then they will never accept. They will fight for their rights. You cannot suppress it, and that is why it is happening. Even after 75 years of creation of Israel, Israel has not been able to have a peaceful existence just because they violated the rights of Palestinian people, and even today they are doing. So someday in future, uh, they have to realize this fact, have a peaceful talk, and give rights back to Palestinian people. Only then a permanent peace will be there in the Middle East.